Finally, at last, we have some good news to share with you regarding the documents and certificates presented by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the same document he used in contesting in the presidential elections. Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party have sworn to expose all of the forgery and also the gimmicks of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And that is why Atiku Abubakar headed to the United States of America to unravel all of the intricacies surrounding Bola Ahmed Tinubu's documents. As you are aware of the ongoing proceeding at the District Court in Chicago, USA, where Atiku is pleading with the court to order Chicago State University to release Bola Ahmed Tinubu's academic records. And now we have a massive news to share with you guys. The Honorable Judge Gilbert in the USA just granted the order. Everything that Atiku is seeking must be delivered to him within days. After this swift court declaration, Atiku Abubakar isn't slowing down. Atiku Abubakar has a number of documents he wants Chicago State University to issue. Starting with the very first document, Atiku Abubakar wants Chicago State University to produce certified true copies of the certificate template issued to Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the year 1979. This simply means that Atiku Abubakar wants Chicago State University to issue the exact certificate template, the same exact template they issued to Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 1979. So Chicago State University will be forced to recreate the exact template. These guys cannot give a current one because in 1979, the templates used in 1979 will be quite different in this present day and time. So these guys have to go back in years and get the exact template of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And by doing so, this will clearly indicate if Bola Ahmed Tinubu presented a fake template, or it's going to show Bola Ahmed Tinubu have a certified and original copy. Well, things are getting very, very interesting, and that's not all. Atiku Abubakar is also asking for a second document. And this second document involves the original documentation, the original certificate Chicago State University issued to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Just like number one has to do with the template, because Atiku Abubakar wants to see the template used in 1979. And after seeing the template, he wants to also see the original certificate of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Surprisingly, Atiku Abubakar isn't stopping there. He's also asking for the exact documents Bola Ahmed Tinubu submitted to Inec before contesting in the presidential elections. Atiku Abubakar wants to see that exact document. He doesn't want to see a replica. He doesn't want to see a sample or a template. He wants that actual document. If you remember vividly, Bola Ahmed Tinubu's counsel, his legal counsel during the presidential elections petitions tribunal, blamed Chicago State University because these guys made errors in the certificates they issued to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Bola Ahmed Tinubu's legal counsel team played a smart one there. They tried to blame Chicago State University, which is CSU. They blamed them for making errors, but in response, shockingly, Chicago State University responded saying that they don't know where Bola Ahmed Tinubu got that document, the one he issued to Inec. So right now, Atiku Abubakar wants to see the particular document Bola Ahmed Tinubu issued to Inec, which has numerous errors, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu, together with his team, blamed Chicago State University for those errors. And Chicago State University, in response, said they don't know anything about that document. So it's getting very, very interesting here. So when Bola Ahmed Tinubu presents this document, it's going to show if Bola Ahmed Tinubu forged his certificate, and there's no way Bola Ahmed Tinubu, together with Inec, can do anything about this, because already we've seen various copies of this particular document Bola Ahmed Tinubu presented to Inec. So it's going to be very, very difficult to defend this particular one. Atiku Abubakar is not even done. He's also seeking for a fourth document. In this document, Atiku Abubakar wants to see the Chicago State University document that was certified and produced by one James Orr, their general counsel at Chicago State University, as well as communications relating to this document. This fourth document is very, very broad, but let's try to explain this particular one clearly for you to understand. Atiku Abubakar wants Chicago State University to appoint someone that will answer various questions relating the documents and certificates issued by Chicago State University to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So Chicago State University has to pick up someone, they have to appoint someone to represent them and also speak for them. And this will be the very first time we'll be hearing directly from a representative or a personality from Chicago State University, a person who will come out openly to answer questions relating to the document issued by Chicago State University to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Atiku wants to know Chicago State University's position on the authenticity of other documents related to Tinubu, purportedly produced by Chicago State University. Looking at what Atiku Abubakar is requesting from Chicago State University, things will only get very interesting at this point in time, because right now Chicago State University can't keep protecting Bola Ahmed Tinubu now that the court in the US is involved. No representative in Chicago State University would want to fake document or fake a backup document and issue it to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because the US is quite different from Nigeria. In the US, you can't just break the law and escape from it, unlike Nigeria. No representative will want to risk jail time or hefty fines from the court of law. So at this point in time, they will be forced to push out Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They will be forced to expose and show the world the documents they issued to Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 1979. This is a very simple thing. But Tinubu isn't done yet. If you can remember vividly, Tinubu claimed that the military invaded his house in the 90s, and as a result, he lost his certificates and other documents. All of a sudden, in 2022, he got a photocopy of the supposed lost document when military invaded his home in the 90s. So how did Bola Ahmed Tinubu get back all of his lost documents? The same one he lost in the 90s. The same one he claimed the military ransacked his home, and as a result, he lost all of his documents. How did he get a photocopy? How did he get a photocopy suddenly in 2022? The same one, the exact one he used in contesting in the presidential elections. Interestingly, Chicago State University recently disowned all of the documents Bola Ahmed Tinubu presented, stating these documents aren't affiliated with them in any way, shape or form, that the documents presented by Tinubu wasn't signed, stamped, and authenticated by Chicago State University. Wow, this will be a massive one, because the court issued Chicago State University and Bola Ahmed Tinubu just 2 days for these entities to present the documents, all of the certificates, to the court of law. This is going to be a game changer. This particular act will clear all of the irregularities surrounding Bola Ahmed Tinubu's documents and certifications once and for all. Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be exposed in wide scale, and this will put tension on the judges in the Supreme Court, because if the courts in the USA manage to unravel all of the intricacies, all of the dirt surrounding Bola Ahmed Tinubu's certificate, the one he used in contesting the presidential elections, if the courts in the USA successfully prove that Bola Ahmed Tinubu presented a fake document to Nigeria's Supreme Court will be forced to do the needful. And this will be a game changer for both Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party together with Peter Obi of the Labour Party. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications, because here we'll give you all of the updates, all of the latest breaking news coming out from this particular case between Atiku Abubakar, Chicago State University, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So subscribe and stay tuned.